Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ramadan is how long?
2 weeks time, inshallah.
About 14, 15 days, right? 15 days. Today is the 13th of tonight is now the 14th of Sha'ban. Yeah. I'm not sure what the Imam said just now about Sha'ban, but I always remember, yes, there is a hadith about 15 of Sha'ban. Yeah, that there is a, what do you call it, our deeds will be assessed by Allah, right? But there's no hadith that Prophet ﷺ or the Sahaba are doing all night doing the extra worship. There's no hadith. Yeah, so you should have done it all the time anyway, right? So do be careful, not do innovations. Yeah, if you have not been fasting, don't suddenly 15 of Sha'ban I'm doing fasting. You shouldn't do that, right? You should do it regularly as a form of fasting anyway. Yeah. So remember, this is a month that we should have irrigated our seeds in this month, right? So that the harvest will come in Ramadan, inshallah. Have you irrigated your seeds? Alhamdulillah, right? Are you excited? The second Ramadan. I think this year you're more prepared, yeah, compared to last year. Yeah, much more, alhamdulillah. So yeah, it's important, yeah, that we make sure that we prepare for Ramadan, inshallah. That's why today's topic is about bad habits. That hopefully, inshallah, the bad habits that we will try to eliminate it by the end of Ramadan. Yeah. So what are habits? What are bad habits? Not habits, just bad habits. Activities that you do that will lead to, well, disobedience to Allah, yeah, or it does not benefit us in the hereafter, right? Because the purpose of life is to worship Allah, correct? So I categorize the bad habits into three groups. One is the mubah, allowed bad habits. One is makruh. Makruh means disliked bad habits, and what else is haram bad habits. All are bad habits, and all will not benefit us in the hereafter. Yeah. What are the mubah or allowed bad habits? Watching social media, some part of social media, of course, right? Shopping, too much shopping. It's a bad habit, of course, right? That one is that eating too much is under macro, right? Macro is disliked, so different category, right? So overeating, wasting water, sleeping too much is macro. Talking too much, yeah. So this all this macro is disliked. What is haram? Backbiting, smoking, gambling, talking to opposite sex, right? That is non-mahram, right? So yeah, but yeah, I can say, but habits is more towards things that is not really related in relation to extra worship, right? So in terms of like gambling, some people are serial gamblers, no, right? Smoking, some people still think that smoking is macro, right? Despite the fact that at the box they will write smoking kills, you still think that it's macro, right? So these are these are the things that we should be careful about. Yeah. So, macro does, if you avoid it, you may get a reward. If you do it, it's not a sin, right? But haram is to do it, it is a sin. If you avoid it, you won't get any sin, of course, right? So this is important that we categorize this, right? So that we are able to completely understand, yeah, about Ramadan and how Ramadan is supposed to help us overcome our bad habits. Harun, what's your bad habit? Eating too much. Yeah, but you're so slim. Alhamdulillah. Allah barik. Akram, what's your bad habit? Okay. Adel, what is your bad habit? Huh? Too much phone. Yeah. Right. Even though it's allowed, but it's still like a waste of time. Right. It depends on the conversation, of course. Right. And who are talking to? Is it a girl? Right. So it all depends on, yeah, on different factors. So always remember that in every Ramadan, in fact, right, the first thing we are supposed to achieve is taqwa, God consciousness. Which surah again? 183. I said this every class. I said this, right? يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Oh, you truly believe fasting has been prescribed to you as it was prescribed to those before, so you may achieve God consciousness or taqwa, right? That means at the end of Ramadan, you're supposed that now this important question: does taqwa means that you are sinless, sin-free? Where do Allah say in the Quran? No, it is. But what did Allah say specifically taqwa? What that taqwa? It doesn't mean that you're sinless. No. Surah number? No. Surah number 3, right? In verse number 135. Take out your Quran. 3135. Can you read for me? Adam? So this is the criteria of taqwa. 1, 2, 3. 134 is those who spend either they have money or no money. Second one, that a person with taqwa is the one who controls, is he doesn't go into anger. The third one is the one who forgives men. Right? The fourth one is this. 3, 1, 3, 4, and 1 through 5. 1 through 5, can you read louder?
And those who, when they commit an indecency of doing justice to their souls, remember Allah and ask forgiveness for them. And who forgives the poor, but who do not know that's what he said.
Yeah, so that means the person who is a muttaqun would still commit sin, but immediately they remember Allah. So a person with taqwa doesn't mean that you are faultless. You are still making mistakes, but you immediately come back to Allah. And again, you and I know the one who come back to Allah is all from Allah Himself. There are people, right, who are committing sins again and again, still are not coming back to Allah. For whatever reasons, we do not know. Yeah. So it is important, but that with taqwa, inshallah, should we be the ones to break these bad habits? It should, right? Because with taqwa, that means the purpose of life is maintained, inshallah. Purpose of life is to? Which surah again? Nikhil. You attended a lot of classes, alhamdulillah. 51, 56. وَمَا خَلَقُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Allah said that I do not create jinn and man. I said that they should worship me. So you know already the purpose of life. I myself fall into this category of like watching football, right? Alhamdulillah, I never watch football a lot, but even watching about half an hour, you always ask yourself, okay, football is like this, okay, let's watch about 20 minutes. In the end, oh, interesting, right? Then you go until about halftime. Then after that, still want even praying. Sometimes some people have no khushu because it's halftime, right? And then it becomes so addictive, yeah, for this football, right? But always ask yourself, completely waste of your 90 minutes at least of your time that you cannot recover back. You agree? You cannot recover back your 90 minutes. Whereas every day that you pass is a day less that you and I have were given in order to prepare for the day of judgment. But it's like you now you know, right? Or Nikhil, you know, when is your exam? Yes. So but now you're preparing, right? Missing classes and all this, right? that you're preparing, you did not do Iqra fully. So this is your preparation, right? But the reality of all of us are going to have the biggest examination in our life that we have to prepare. So that 90 minutes of less preparation is quite significant, no? Right? I always tell myself this, but again, sometimes fails, right? Just to do again, right? Especially social media, right? You're not saying something haram, but just think about, simply when people going umrah, some talks, and some talks are rubbish, right? But you still listen because it's so rubbish that you want to listen to what it's talking about, right? So 20 minutes gone, right? And this is how it is, right? That all these bad habits, with taqwa, you know the about purpose of life. What did Allah say in Surah number 23, verse number 115? Ini, apa hasib itu? Do people think that we created you in this world without any purpose, and that they will not be brought back to Allah? All of us will be brought back to Allah for questioning. as I know that I lashed out everybody in in the chat group here, right? But those who have not finished the Iqra, right? That means at the end of the day, brothers, for example, Nikhil, right? You have exams to take, you pass exams, alhamdulillah, right? You pass every exams. And yet you don't even, not you, people don't even have the ability to spare your time to learn the Quran. And it's quite important, very significant. You will be questioned by Allah on the day of judgment. Only those with mental health problems will be exempted, perhaps. Mental health problems? Perhaps, right? And it's quite important that we prioritize our time, right? So this is so by having taqwa, which is the main goal of our Ramadan, because of fasting, right? Never in any month would you fast for one complete and successive month, as in the days are successive. You cannot have a break, right? At least can you fast for 1 month complete with in any other months? Are you allowed to? No, because it hasn't been practiced of Prophet Sallallahu. He has never practiced it, so we don't practice it. So we don't think that, oh, okay, Sha'ban, Ramadan, I want to fast the whole month. You're not allowed to that because the example has not been given. Yeah. So it is important, yeah, that we understand that God consciousness must be achieved after Ramadan. And only you will judge yourself. Nobody can judge you. God consciousness doesn't mean that you're wearing a thobe or wearing a, what do you call it in Afghanistan? Rukul. Your hat. Yeah. It doesn't, it's not a sign of taqwa. Agreed? Right? So it's important to know taqwa is from the heart. The only you know changed or not. It's important that you assess yourself before Ramadan, after Ramadan. If you don't accept yourself, then you can only have yourself to blame if you're not improving yourself. Yeah. So for people of who likes to shake hands with opposite sex, huh? Like I don't know why, people, especially people wearing hijab, shaking your hand. Come on. Some of my clients are wearing hijab and still start to shake my hand. Hello, how are you doing? Like, it's completely one of the bad habits, which is, I think it's macro. Oh, sorry, it's haram, sorry. Right. Because why is it haram? Which surah is this? 17 was number 13. Zina. Right, so you have to be careful. In some cultures, mine, yeah, some do it, but some other cultures even worse, right? They even shake their cousins' hands. Right? Cousins' hands? I think Afghan is quite strict, and Pakistan is very strict. When they go to the house, they complete separation. So so you go. So when you go with your wife to visit the family, right? Your wife will let to one corner with the woman. You would not have any access usually, yeah, to the man in a sense. But this is the bad habits you need to overcome. Doesn't matter everybody's doing it. You must not do it, right? It's quite difficult sometimes when you have been shaking hands. People are older than you. Doesn't matter they're old or young. It's not your mahram, it's not your mahram. Yeah. So this is also called taqwa, that you are conscious that Allah may not be happy with you. Yeah. So the main achievement of taqwa, and how do you know you have taqwa in general? You will understand what is furqan. You will know how to differentiate between right and wrong. Which surah? 829. Oh, you believe. If you have taqwa to Allah, He grant for you furqan. Yeah, the Quran itself is called Al-Furqan because when you read the Quran with understanding, with contemplation, you will know how to differentiate between right and wrong. And that's why after Ramadan, you will be different. There's no way that you can be the same. But the point you have to understand is that you do not know when the difference will last. Is it, is it for 1 week? Is it for 1 month? That's why you need to be continuous, right, in your acts of worship. So that means after Ramadan, there's no fasting, but you have the 6 days of Shawwal. You have Mondays and Thursdays. You have the 30, 14, 15. So there are opportunities to increase your taqwa, great. But the problem is that when shaitan is coming back after Ramadan, that's it. It's more difficult to fast outside Ramadan than in Ramadan, right? Even though the time might be short, maybe in winter or this, but it's still difficult to fast in general for people because shaitan always has been back. Is back to make sure that we are completely trying to disobey Allah. Yeah. Also, the another virtues of taqwa is that you will get Allah's honor. Which surah? Yes, 49 was number 13. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. That the one who is honored by Allah is the one with taqwa. Yeah. 49, 13. Yeah. So that means when Allah honors us, Allah loves us. When Allah loves us, what happened? Yes, this is this one. But another one, he would tell the angel Jibril, right? I love this person. And the angel Jibril will tell all the other angels who love this person. It's a huge benefit for us. Surely when we are loved by the angels, we will be more guided. We'll be more protected. Sorry? Yes, they're making dua for us. Inshallah. Right? So this is the thing that we do need to understand. The achievement that we must get, you and me, is taqwa. If we don't have taqwa at the end of Ramadan, what happened? Something must be wrong with Ramadan. Yeah, perhaps, remember the hadith where Rasulullah said, perhaps you achieve nothing but hunger and thirst. Another hadith that Prophet said, Allah doesn't need our fasting if you continue to do your bad habits.
And also the angel that the dua that Jibril made that the Ramadan wasn't good for you, that basically helped out the habits of Ramadan. So I need to that dua.
Almost there. That he said, Jibril alayhi salam said, may those whose Ramadan has passed and their sins are not forgiven, may they be in hellfire. And our beloved Prophet Muhammad said, Ameen. It's a huge thing, right? So taqwa, very important. Next thing that we need to learn is, we need to achieve after Ramadan is, no, forgiveness. It's so important because with forgiveness, inshallah, comes our heart that is purified. Heart that is purified means, inshallah, more guidance, right? Then, inshallah, more ability to do more good deeds because you're guided by Allah. So important that we must understand this, as kind of the hadith that you quoted, yeah, that we must achieve forgiveness. That is why it's not coincident at the last 10 nights of Ramadan. What is the, have you learned, Yusuf, the dua in the last 10 nights of Ramadan? You must learn this. This is your first year, yeah? How, explain how was your first year? Ramadan? How was it? Because you're not part of our family. You're part of us, alhamdulillah. So it's a special feeling in the first year, but you do need to be good companions, inshallah. Right? You're coming for Tarawih prayer, inshallah? Yeah. I always remember, this is your first year, first Ramadan, all this. It's not so easy. So take it easy. If you want to rest, I'm not going to fasting, right? Rest at night, then you rest. But last 10 nights, inshallah, work all out. Yeah, to pray and all this throughout the night. The dua is, have you memorized? There was a dua, or there is a dua. Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Yeah, Ya Allah, you are the one who forgives. You love to forgive, so forgive me. There's a word called Al-Afu, which is one of Allah's names, which is different from the rest. Al-Afu means that Allah will forgive, not just forgive, erase our deeds. There's only name of Allah that erase our deeds. That's what Allah is not coincident. Allah taught us this dua. Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. You can say it all the time. I'll say it all the time, even today. Right, but specifically this dua is for the last 10 nights of Ramadan, last 10 nights. So remember this month is months of irrigation. So you need to irrigate it, memorize it. Not yet, soon inshallah. Okay. Now, so forgiveness, yeah, very important. Last one, what must you gain in Ramadan? Guidance. These are the three main things: taqwa, forgiveness, guidance. Why guidance? Why guidance? Quran, I think even for myself, I read much more in Ramadan. I don't know why than any other months, because you want to finish as much as possible. You've got the Quran, you get guided. Secondly, yeah, because you are praying so much more than any other month. So you say Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim, much more. So because of that, people usually get guided. Again, we don't know until when, right? How many days or how many weeks get guided. If you continue your Tarawih with after Ramadan with Tahajjud, inshallah, guidance continues. Agreed. But most of the time, no. People are so tired after Ramadan that they would not be bothered to pray tahajjud. This is wrong. You need to nourish your soul with ibadah, extra worship, not with food. Right? You need to nourish your soul with um, knowledge that you are gaining, inshallah, with the Quran. It's quite important that we understand this. Yeah. So again, I repeat myself, guidance will be usually people are more guided after Ramadan because of the Quranic recitations. Either you recite yourself or you hear from the Tarawih prayer. Right? Never in any months would you hear a complete recitation from Al-Baqarah until Al-Ikhlas, until Al-Anas, right? Except in Ramadan. Yeah. Besides the Quran, we are praying much more in the month of Ramadan. Therefore, you get more guided, inshallah. Yeah. So always remember, yeah. Read for me Surah number 47, verse number 17. What did Allah say?
Well, as for those who accept guidance, He increases their guidance and bestows on them guidance.
Yep. So if you accept guidance, that means you continue to pursue guidance. Allah will increase His guidance and grant you taqwa. That's a win-win situation. Yeah. So make sure you yourself must know: am I more guided after Ramadan or not? If not guided after Ramadan, more, or even less guided, some people are even getting worse in Ramadan. Then subhanallah, you have to really be careful that your Ramadan may not be accepted. Okay. Now, so how to? The question now is how to remove your bad habits after Ramadan. First of all these three things will, inshallah, ensure that we are able to remove our bad habits, be it backbiting. Because when you read the Quran about which surah, it's about backbiting. 49, verse number? I think about 11 or 12, right? 11 or 12, one of these verses about backbiting. If you read about how backbiting is as if you're eating the flesh of dead brothers, surely, yeah, you will refrain from backbiting. Yeah. So this is important that we read the Quran in order to understand and to guide ourselves through Allah. Yeah, so that we become better. So very important that we have to stick to our religious practices during Ramadan. I know it's tiring, yeah, especially when you have no food, no drinks at all. Right? A lot of non-Muslims they cannot believe they can fast. No, do you agree? A lot of non-Muslims they think, oh, they may be able to refrain from eating, but drinking is quite difficult for many people, right? But again, with Allah's will, we can fast. That means we can control ourselves. It's just we refuse to control ourselves. Agreed? The food and the drinks. Yeah. In fact, you know from medical journals that fasting 2 days a week is highly recommended. Yeah, to prevent all these illnesses. Yeah, and to purify ourselves. Yeah. So always ensure, right, that if you think it's so important, you will not leave out even a single day of not reading the Quran, especially when Shaitan is locked up, right, Harun? So when Shaitan is locked up, make sure every day, every single day, read the Quran. Are you reading the Quran every day, Yusuf? Harun? You have to, with understanding, right? Um, charity. Is charity important? Of course, right? As nice as we are sitting down in the mosque, it's almost like a five-star mosque, right? Very nice, right? Except the wudu area, of course, is 0 star, but the rest, alhamdulillah, is very comfortable. But you have people in Palestine, in Syria, who have nothing at all, not even a roof to stay under. So always remember to be grateful to Allah, right? Allah says in Surah number 34, 14 to 34, right? وَآتَاكُم مِّن كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمْ وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ تُحْصُوهَا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَظَلُومٌ كَفَارٌ. He gave you all the ask of him. If you to count the blessings of Allah, you can never count them. Indeed, mankind is a wrongdoer, ungrateful to Allah, right? Yusuf, imagine If you're not a Muslim, today is Thursday night. Most of your colleagues will be in the pub, in a bar, drinking. Again, right? Being wasted and not knowing what's the purpose of life. It's so sad. But imagine the biggest blessings that you had when you took a shahada. When? Which year? Which month? May. How did you make me feel as a yeah, yeah, something which we have never felt before. Do you agree? The fact that most of us who are born up and brought up as Muslims, we never had that opportunity that you felt. I was so grateful to Allah. You could be in hellfire, but Allah guided you to here. But we never felt it. That's why most of us are ungrateful to Allah, which Allah said very clearly in this verse, right? Because we refuse to. Until for me personally, when I met a new Muslim, say, "Oh, Subhanallah, I'm so grateful to Allah," right? Most people in Muslim countries, be it Somalia, Afghanistan, there's so much ungratefulness, perhaps because many would have never met a new Muslim, so many would never felt how you felt. We alhamdulillah have the opportunity to meet you, Nikhil, right? In order for us to make this, have this opportunity to see how amazing it is to be grateful to Allah. Yeah. So
I don't know.
sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, but not some cultures. Now, what is a dua that you and I can make in order to make ourselves grateful to Allah? Allahumma inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. When do you say this dua? After tashahhud, before you say salam. What is the hadith? When Prophet Muhammad said, "Oh Mu'ad, I love you. I'm going to teach you something which you will recite before you end your prayer. Allahumma aina ala dhikrika, ya Allah, make me among those who are remembering you. Wa shukrika, who are grateful to you. Wa husni ibadatik, and those who are doing the deeds in the best of manners." Right. That is for you to tell Allah when you come to the house, Alhamdulillah, I have a house to live. MashaAllah, la quwwata illa billah. To remind yourself. Because at the end of the day, this is where part of Tawheed, right? A lot of people always think that you are the one who buy this house, for example. You are the one, because of your money, you're able to feed yourself. It's never you. It's always Allah. We forgot about Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. It is only Allah who provides, who maintains, sustains, protects, right? Some cultures are worse, right? They have all these tawiz. Tawiz is your people, right? The South Asians. No, the Indians, some of the Asians, they like to wear these things to protect themselves, right? Not Christians. The Turkish, they have all these evil eye thing to protect themselves in the plate, in the cutleries, everywhere they put the evil eye. You've seen it when you go to Turkey, right? So all these are against arububiyah, which means you have committed a shirk arububiyah. So when you say MashaAllah, la quwwata illa billah, what does it mean? This is with Allah's will. There's no might and power except from Allah. That means you acknowledge everything that you have is from Allah. Great. So you remind yourself, I open a bank account. Oh, alhamdulillah, money. MashaAllah, la quwwata illa billah. Because the poor guy taught the rich one, right? If I were to be you, if I come to your garden, I would say, MashaAllah, la quwwata, because it is from Allah. Most of us forget. Yeah. So it is important that you come back to these exile practices, yeah, in order to get rid of bad habits. You must continue with your in the first place. Come to Ramadan, right? You do need, all of us need to make sure we do all the relevant practices that we need to do. Yeah, starting in the morning. What must we do in the morning? Inshallah, sahur. Sahur is a sunnah, or is a sunnah that you should do it because
It differentiates between one and Jews.
yes, and secondly,
It's because there's blessings in the
yeah, blessings from the angels. It's quite important, right? Be it just plain, just water, not a 5 course meal, Afghan meal, right? It should be, it should be simple, right? My culture is rice, which is wrong. Rice is fast burning. right? So that means I think if I ate rice, right, by 10 o'clock I'll be very hungry, 11 o'clock, because very, very quickly, right, burning. I think next week or 2 weeks, next week, yeah, Charlie's going to give a talk about nutrition in Ramadan. So the best nutrition that we need to take, and next Saturday, inshallah, before Ramadan. Next Saturday was before Ramadan, right?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, inshallah.
Saturday on the trip.
Sorry, 2 weeks from now, right?
Season on that.
Alhamdulillah. Only a trip, not a tahajjud, not a trip. Uh, yeah. Take care. Assalamualaikum. This Saturday. Yeah, but next Saturday is our trip, the retreat, right? Okay. Yeah. So as I said many times, don't just nourish your stomach. You must nourish your soul, which needs a lot of nourishment, a lot of nutrients. Yeah. Now, so acts of worship must be continuous and try to be continuous, inshallah, even after Ramadan. Yeah. Secondly, you have to prepare yourself psychologically. What am I supposed to do? What should I feel? What should I react? Because when somebody make you angry, what was the same in Ramadan? I'm fasting. I'm fasting. So you must not react at all in Ramadan. Is it easy to react? Sorry, what's your name, sir? Tashif. Is it easy to react if somebody were to be rude to you? Is it easy not to react when somebody is rude to you? In Ramadan, in Ramadan, when you have low blood sugar, right? Everything kicks in, right? Your mental attitude. But we have always been taught not to react. In fact, you must say, I'm fasting, I'm fasting. That's it, without reacting. And we discussed just now, part of gaining taqwa is important to control anger and forgive. What? Which surah is it again? Which one? What says it? 3, 1, 3, 4, right? So all of us need to understand, when you achieve taqwa, there must be certain things that you need to do. You don't just Allah grant us taqwa, you don't react upon certain things in the best of ways. Yeah. So mentally you have to be prepared. So first thing you do is your sahur. Then the fasting starts with all the criteria. Make sure you control your tongue, control your eyes, control your lips, control everything, your hearing. All are fasting, right? Until, but don't after iftar, then you do everything. Some people say, right, Yusuf, okay, I have something to tell you, but only after Maghrib, I can tell you. Only after Maghrib, because they want to backbite against others, right? Yeah, some people. Oh, you're so naive, Yusuf. You heard it later, inshallah. Some people, right? Right. You will hear from people who say that, right? So it must be continuous for the whole month, day and night, inshallah. Yeah. So prepare yourself, right? And this is something which is quite annoying, again, brothers, with your mothers, with your sisters. Yeah. Give them time to read the Quran. It's not just about morning. Some of them, they spend time shopping for food, and afternoon they will cook. Host one afternoon will cook. Right? I'm sure your mom do the same. You need to advise them to make sure that they read the Quran, they rest. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're just like you and me. Everybody is trying to seek for Allah's forgiveness and seek Allah's mercy on the day of Ramadan and the night of Ramadan. So if you are allowing them for the whole day and whole afternoon to cook, then where do you have time to rest and to you're very tired at night, I'm sure. Right? So do make them rest. Right? So as I said just now, number 3, be mindful your bad habits is not continuous after iftar. Those who are not smoking the day right after, you can see, right? And after iftar, Allah, you can see them, right? And this is not the way how to break your bad habit, which is the topic for today. Right? So don't resume anything after iftar. Take it as a one whole month, inshallah. Try to detox yourself from all these bad habits that you have.
That's why.
Sorry?
They put something like that's why. It's called that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Like tobacco powder or like cart, is it? No, people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Is it common? Yeah.
They put in the mold something like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They feel relaxed, something like that.
Yeah. Which is shouldn't be because it's an intoxicant,
Yeah.
right? So, yes. No, you can have a break. It need not be continuous. You have one whole month after that to do your 6 days of fasting. Yes, you can do it. Yes, of course, inshallah. Yes, but some people like me, I like to do it quickly because alhamdulillah, because if you don't finish, because you got the reward of fasting for the whole year with that 6 months, the 6 days. Yeah. So some people just like to gain the reward quickly. Some people like to be relaxed. It's up to you. Doesn't matter. Sorry. Same reward. There's no prize for the fastest winner. Yes. You cannot fast on Saturday because it's forbidden. It's not allowed to. Then you are not allowed to fast on two occasions. The day of Eid, the next Eid, you're not allowed to fast on 4 days. Right. So these are the days that you're not allowed to fast. The rest can fast as any other days.
Oh yeah, it's because of the Ramadan.
Sorry. Yes. Only one day. No, only one day you're not allowed to fast. They can fast the next after Eid. The next day can fast. You can do, of course, you can, but you do not do that. Yusuf, this is your first year, so you chill. You need to enjoy yourself. All right. Very important. Yes. Yes. The Eid day itself and the day of Tashrik. Yeah. Okay. So that means if you're not allowed to fast for the 4 days, that means that 4 days the other Eid is a bigger Eid than this one, technically. Of course, because the other Eid after in Zulhijjah is the Eid for the whole, is celebration for the whole of humanity, whole ummah. Whereas this is only for your own achievement. That is for the whole ummah. And many things happen, right? The Quran was completed on that day, so many on Arafah day. So many things are achieved on that day. Okay, the last sermon and all this. Yeah. Now you should, if you're so much into your bad habits of smoking, you need to find somebody who will. You need to find a companion who will help you. Yeah, to build, be it your wife, no wives, your partner, no partner. As in your male partner, as in the one you're close to, right? In order to help you. Friend. Yeah, friend. Awliya, yes. Yeah, that to help you, to coach you, to motivate you, inshallah. Always remember the purpose of Allah is not to smoke, not to backbite, not to watch TV, not to search social media, this is to worship Allah. Right? So set the objective on the first day. Usually, first day of Ramadan is very difficult for many people. Why?
They just been like one routine and something changes.
Yeah, because many people may have not fasted at all from the last Ramadan. So I know some people have to take a day off, the headache and all this because they're not used to it. Even second day, but third day will be better, inshallah. Yeah. So set the objective on the first day, right? Um, so that it's a 24-hour objective that you must not do this. All your bad habits must finished, must become must yeah. You must list your bad habits and make sure that it's not repeated in Ramadan at all, inshallah. Right? So it is a gradual progress, yet that perhaps your bad habits may be broken perhaps on the third day, on 1 week, right? But when you fall down, that means when you commit the bad habits, always quickly redeem yourself, yeah, and stop whatever it is again. It must be done, inshallah. Right? Now, sports. Sports is quite important. Yeah, you must. This is where, subhanAllah, you go to Arab countries, right? You always see people wearing a white top and with a belly, It's not uncommon. Perhaps it's a diet, but still you shouldn't allow yourself to fall into this state. Yeah, because the more you are out of shape, the more you are not able to worship properly, right? You may not be able to sujud properly and all this, stand up very difficult. So you do need to ensure that you keep uh, uh, practice or jogging and all this in order for you to be able to, hopefully with these sports, usually sports will always kick off or kick out all your bad habits like smoking and all this, right? That you want to have the health lifestyle, inshallah. Yeah. Um, Patience is the key to kick off all your bad habits. Yeah, because most of the time when you have patience, right, you know that it takes time to get a bad habit. Even for backbiting, yeah. So you choose your friends, right? I'm sure you know, right? There's some friends that when you meet, surely you do talk about other people. Do you agree? So avoid this kind of. I hate these people, okay? Because sometimes you can't help it because they're so sincere that you know, oh, I'm backbiting. Then I have to stop immediately. But there's some people when you talk, you always talk about the deen. So stick to these people. It's quite important to be reminded about the deen, because all of us need reminders at all times. Yep. So have patience. What is it? What is the dua of patience that you can make? Rabbana afrigh alana sabran wa tawaffana muslimin. Which surah is this? What?
The source, right?
I don't know. Yes. What's number? 126. Who said this dua?
The source, right?
Thank you. The sorcerers. The sorcerers. Right. When the sorcerers Yusuf, right, they were involved in magic until they saw the miracles of mu'ajizat of Musa alayhi salam. Allah gave him the stick, turns into a serpent, and ate all the magic. They know this is not a magic, this is from a higher being, Allah. Right? Then immediately they prostrated to Allah. And because of that, the Pharaoh was not happy and wanted to crucify all of them. Yep. But they didn't even cause them to be fearful. It increases their faith even. And they say, make this a Rabbana Avri alayna sabran. Ya Allah grant us patience. Wa tawaffana muslimin. And make us die as Muslims. Beautiful dua that you should say, yeah, in order for us to. Which surah indicate?
7126.
7126. You need to remember next time, inshallah. Okay. So yes, so all these are the bad habits that you should try to in Ramadan to, well, deactivate.
What was if somebody had an addiction?
This is what we're talking about, right? Try to, most important of course, ask Allah. But addition to what?
Unless it was alcohol, for example.
Yeah.
Like,
But remember when you took Shahada, for example, right? You must know what Islam means. It's complete submission to Allah. No excuse, no exceptions. Of course, if you're alcoholic drinker, it takes time. Doesn't matter, right? Some people are addicted to porn, right? So do be careful, right? Try to eliminate this addiction because now with the social, with this mobile, very easy, right? Just Google, will come up, right? So do be careful, right? So these are the things that hopefully you and I are able to get rid of in any bad habits that will make Allah displeased with us. Any last questions? Sorry, how long do we have left? 5 minutes, okay. No way. No way. We said before so many times, a lot of scholars were saying a lot of things that happening in Sha'ban or the hadith are weak or fabricated. All. The only thing that we have, for example, on the 15th of Sha'ban, we discussed before just now, when you were busily eating, right? The, the, oh, no one I saw you, right? I saw, hold on about it. The 15th of Sha'ban, the only hadith is about that Allah will assess our deeds. That's about it. But it did not follow that Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba would worship Allah all night, make special dua. There's no special dua on the night. It's just the people are doing it. But remember, the deen was completed. It's not up to us to add new things. So a lot of cultures, my culture, Asian culture, 15 Shaban, many cultures are doing things wrongly. Remember we discussed Surah number 6, verse 116. If you obey most of those on the earth, they will mislead you far away from Allah's path. They do nothing but guessing. They just guess, and they do nothing but lie. So it doesn't mean that everybody's doing something, or it must be the sunnah. It's not. You need to know where is the evidence. Is it authentic or not?
Just like, I'm a bit confused about that. That a lot of overseas are, when it says Saudi, it doesn't really do that on
Of
the
course.
birthday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the major one.
So,
This it says that our deeds, everything that we do for the year, right?
also, like Monday, Thursday is just for the week,
Yes.
and then the 15th of Shaban for the whole year.
Yeah. So yeah. So but don't think too much about this. In the sense that we would do it gradually, inshallah, not just for one day. If there was an event where Prophet Muhammad what Prophet would have definitely do it. It's so important. He would tell everybody, right? On the 15th of Sha'ban, everybody should make a dua, be in the mosque, right? Do adhkar all night. Nobody said that. But in the last 10 days of Ramadan, yes. He woke up with his wife. He said he tightened the girdle. That means, he really, you know, even then, last 10 days is dislike, right? To have sexual intercourse with the wife. Because you just need to be in a very more fit and also more, yes, just concentrate on extra worship because woman distracts you. That's why one of the things that he did to extricate himself from the family, go to the mosque and do this iktikaf. It means to spend the night for 10 nights, last 10 nights of Ramadan in the mosque.
Also, you've seen it. I
Sunnah, it
remember the
is.
people in the mosque last year, they were doing that as well.
Yes, it's a sunnah. Iktikaf, if you can. Iktikaf. I apostrophe TIKF. Iktikaf. Yeah.
Is this mosque good?
Sorry?
Is this mosque good?
No.
PLM.
Every mosque did it. Would do it except this mosque. Okay. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide all of us to bring our bad habits. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our iman and taqwa and grant our Jannah al Firdaus. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi wa subhanahu wa subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Inshallah we see you inshallah tomorrow ICC. Tomorrow if you have time. EICC and Saturday 3 o'clock in the basement inshallah. Yeah.